Hi guys. So I would like to use the opportunity here to talk to you more about this Robins World Cup. I received questions about it, and I think it's a cool thing. So let's talk a little bit about Robins to give you a little bit of background if you haven't heard about it. So the Robins World Cup of trading is something which is around there since 1983. So Robins is out there for a long, long time. And what it basically means is that a lot of traders have participated. I'm participating here now for about 2 years. Last year, mid of the year, I think I kind of wanted to try it out. And I ranked now 3 times under the top 3. Kind of happy about it and kind of proud about it. But in the end, there's some pros and cons. Okay. And I think it's quite important to talk about it, to give you an overview. Is this representative? Yes or no? Does it make sense to really participate there? Okay, let's talk about it, okay? So first of all of this started in 1983. So the first winner you can see here, this was Ralph Casazzone, and he basically traded futures. So the first couple of years, basically you can see that it was just futures, and then there was in year 2000 and 2001 some stocks, and then some forex came in. So the futures market here is the constant basically competition which takes place since 1983. First winner then was 1984. All right. So what is Robins? So Robins is basically the company. It's a company which basically gives you the title of the winner, right? So in the end, you will win something like this, maybe even bigger, maybe smaller, but there's an award, right? And basically this is all about it. Traders want to compete, and traders want to compete as well with a company which is around there for a long time. So the company though, it acts like a so-called introducing broker, meaning you will open the account through Robins, right? So let's assume we would like to enter here. One of these we want to participate here. Basically tells you, hey, this is the minimum what you have to bring, this is the duration, and so on. So far all good. The problem really starts then when we talk about the commissions and the trading fees. And I would like to give you some examples, because I think it's important to talk about that as well, right? Very beautiful here, great awards, makes sense, but in the end it's about the trading cost as well. And in futures, for example, the trading cost is significant. I would say 2 times to 3 times minimum more expensive, like with any regular brokerage company, as well as here with on the forex part as well. So let me guys save you this and let's export this. All right, so this is basically my second place, what I made last time. So that's this one here. So this was this one, and this is how it started, right? So that's the account, and I want to talk about this a little bit as well, but to give you some perspective as well. So the account started with 2,500 euros in my opinion, in my account, and then overall I want to show you I generated overall 650 euros in commission. So that's quite a lot, right? So in this 3-month period, $600 in commission. And in the recent, I think in this one it was, this was the future one. In the recent competition, I had even way more. So the commission part is very, very high. And the spreads, I will talk about this a little bit later as well, are also quite significant. Okay, so when we have a look at the trading conditions per se, we see here a euro-dollar spread of 1.3 pips plus commission plus slippage. So, and if you compare this today with, let's say, your regular forex broker, you might say, hey, sounds a little bit much. And yes, it is a little bit much. Okay. On crude oil, gold, we have basically 45 pipettes on spread, which is massive. DAX 1.7 points, Dow 2.3, and NASDAQ 1.7. Okay. And this gives you a little bit of perspective where we are, plus slippage on top, plus commission on top. Okay. So when you trade more size, it actually happens that you will be down quite massively. And I would like to go through with you some of these trades because I think it's quite important to understand this. Okay, so let's start from the beginning until the big surprise comes, guys. It's a really big surprise. So what I did basically in this competition, I traded a lot of the NDX, so which is basically the CFD on the NASDAQ. Okay, I'm a guy who focuses really on a few markets. When I day trade, on the day trading session is more or less most of the time during a 2 to 3 hour interval, right? And I basically will be aggressive in that interval, but yeah, but this is where I'm really focusing on my main actions. So having said that, I started quite lightly, as you can see, around the market about the market opening, and had a few nice trades. Started to add a little bit more size, so the account was already doing quite well, and everything was perfect. I was already up here quite a bit. Had a super beautiful trade here, making 50 points on a 2-lot position. So meaning that it is basically $20 per point. $20 per point, meaning it's basically one regular futures contract. Okay, and this is, I think, quite interesting to know. So when you talk about one futures contract, when you go to your futures brokerage, you do not pay 32 euros in commission. Okay, at your regular broker, you will probably pay around 4.55, maybe some less, around 4, but not 32. So meaning we have a 1.7 point spread plus basically here, quite some cost involved plus slippage. So keep that in mind, that the cost basically is adding up. So I was very aggressive. Obviously, when you want to win, then kind of my debacle started, and I had a really bad streak. And I will talk about this now a little bit then, because I almost crashed the account. Obviously, you want to participate here to win. I was a little bit disappointed to me because I had all the cards playing in my favor, but I was too over aggressive here. And overall, this 4th of April wasn't good for me at all. And it was actually in 2 hours when I was wrong, and it kind of hurt me. And then the account was more or less gone, because you start small, but you have to trade aggressive, right, in order to get through there. And then I have to say, in the end, it was a little bit lucky, because here I had some massive trades then. Where was this? Here on the NASDAQ, and it was basically a 600 point, 700 point win, and multiple times basically. So here I made all back. So let's look at the equity curve, at the stats, because I had questions about this, and I think it's quite important to know. As you can see, most of the time I traded, I think, exclusively that instrument, a little bit of a Dow, but that was it. So let's look at this. I'm not proud of it, but this is how it is. Okay. So overall, I did how many trades? 207. I did win 80% of the long trades, so 78, and I won 64% of my short trades. Largest profit trade, 950 on the short side. Overall, and the profit trade at average was $75, which is quite a lot on this small account. What's ugly then is this area here, which I pointed out earlier. So I crashed the account almost. I had a drawdown of 80%, and then I made it really back, and then I ranked here in the end. Then second, 0.9% next to the first one. His name is Pau. Congratulations, man. Retrospective. What did I learn from this? Okay. And maybe what you should think about it as well. So cost and execution quality is super important. So will I trade larger size on more money, basically, on these accounts? 100% not. Robbins, for me, honestly, I'm proud of it. I'm happy about it, because I dedicated my life to trading for 2 decades. So I'm kind of happy. On the other hand, the cost is too high. So I participated now 4 times. I have 3 awards. The last one should come in a few weeks. This was this one then here. But overall, what I've learned is that cost is important, or the execution quality is important, because when you have bad fills, it's a problem. And in the end, leverage is a killer. So when you listen to this video, when you have a look at it, guys, think about it. Have a look at what I did. Yes. Overall, in the end of the time of this competition, it looked great. It looked like I would be 100% in control. I can tell you, at some stage, this looked different, right? Didn't look like winning. It looked like basically that I would have thrown the account away because of some stupid actions. And this is something what I've learned in my regular trading, what I do every day on YouTube, what I do on how I stream, what I enjoy, what I love. Time works in our favor if you're correct. Leverage for sure is a killer in a short amount of time, because if you're wrong, it hurts a lot. This is a perfect example for this. So guys, this is more statistics about it, right? So there were questions. So overall, long positions won 70%, 80%, short positions won 61%. The problem was one cascade of bad trades. If I would have not been so aggressive, I would have done way better. So guys, use leverage with a lot of smarter than I did in that kind of competition. Use leverage really to a maximum, in my opinion. capped to 10. I think 10 is even a lot. On my personal accounts, I really use leverage way smaller, around 3. And if you want to be in the long term in the game, use this. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great day and wish you good trades. Goodbye from Roddy. Ciao.